Hello there, I am ANVECOM, and I am thoroughly aware that I missed an upload last week. My dad got a new car, so we were out of town for a couple of days. However, I was able to contribute to the Splatfest on Team Chicken's side, and boy, Team Ed got wrecked. Anyway, today I present to you the Kensa 52 gal. It's the last of the 52 gals that I have not showcased yet on my channel, and the primary reason behind this is because I haven't really been fond of them in the past. Sure, they have a 12-frame 2-shot potential, but their accuracy is just terrible. But Nintendo buffed that accuracy very recently. And Sturgeon Shipyard. I don't like this stage. I think it's as bad as Starfish main stage. The terrain layout is rather similar when you look at it from the side and whatnot. Basically, mid is elevated, and if your team has a slosher or a brush or something, which fortunately ours does, you effectively secure mid early, and that's it. And my teammates appeared to take their sweet time inking spawn first, which is bad, because that means that the opposing team has more people on mid right now. Can we get things secured? Maybe? Why? Just okay. I see where this is going. I've played extremely well today, and matchmaking has decided, you know what, we're not going to let you have any more fun anymore. Except I'm certainly feeling the accuracy improvements over pre-patch the last time I played 52. This thing feels awesome. I kind of see it as the Captain Falcon of Splatoon. Just aware of that, it isn't particularly optimal, which I mean the Kensa variant pretty much is, because anything that has Booyah Bomb is meta. But in the right hands, and RNG notwithstanding, you can just pop off on the opposing team. I find it beautiful. Now, if I could not get killed by this Japanese degenerate again, that would be great. What? Are you AFK? Come on, okay. There we go. He's actually playing the game. That's what I need in life. We have lost mid-coverage. Oh yeah, this thing has Splash Wall, which could prove useful depending on the situation. I mean, that player's aim is horrendous, so it wasn't really worth popping that. Ooh, wipe. But in tighter spaces, like especially this area over here off to the left, I can see it being useful. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've gotten into a bad habit, I guess, with Booyah Bomb recently. I just end up burning it before thinking. Like, I just see somebody who's approaching me, I immediately target that person without thinking, I have invincibility. I kill in 12 frames. Stuff like that. Now, is somebody in spawn, or is that just somebody's in spawn? Oh, good. And somebody else jumped back, so we got 2 people down here that we don't need. It was the blaster. We've lost mid-coverage. He's pushing greedily. I finish him off. Fantastic. Although that was really laggy for whatever reason. Yes, I got it popped off. Excellent. I still haven't quite gotten used to the last-ditch Booyah Bomb either. That's something that I still need to work on. But so far, I am feeling a noticeable improvement in this thing's accuracy. Sturgeon again. Darn. I'm kind of interested in how this weapon will perform on albator, just because it's a bit more open, and I do have a slight, and I mean very slight, range advantage over the Splattershot. However, I seem for the most part to not be taking that much of an advantage of it, just because the difference is so subtle, and this weapon is so similar to a Splattershot that my brain just goes, okay, I have the same range of a Splattershot, I'm just slower, and I kill even quicker. Those are dapples. Please get away. That's like the one thing that kills faster than this. Well, under the very specific circumstance in which the daffodilies dodge roll first, and that takes additional time. Which means they kill slower, like... Theoretically, they kill faster. But you have to roll first, that takes time, I've just repeated myself. Wow. Right, so... The K-Pro beats this out in TTK by 1 frame, I think. And speaking of the K-Pro, this just does not seem to be... Goodness, I am getting chased. Is there any point in using this over the K-Pro as I'm using this here? I mean, it definitely feels like it has better ink efficiency. Like, I'm not burning through ink after I drop my sub, which the sub is, only takes up 50% of your ink tank, which is nice. But the sub isn't a bomb. The sub is Splash Wall, which, again, is a learning curve that I haven't quite gotten used to yet. In some situations, I find it helpful, but, again, it's mostly good for, like, cramped spaces or when you're pushing and you don't have that much around you and there's, you say, you're 2v1ing or something, just as an extra buffer for survival. Okay, there's 3 people over there. Can I pitch somebody off, please? My teammates seem to be doing all the work. There's one. It died after me hitting her 4 times, even though she was in range. Insert confusion here. I question this game's sound design every single time I play it. Let's jump to you. Please don't die, self. Alright, we're good. We're good. Let's push. That's a roller. Alright, splash wall. Hee hee hee. I forget about this. You're gonna die from that. No, you're not. Come on. Just barely. I know you're camping there. And you get bodied. Oof. Alright. That was pretty sweet. I mean, it wasn't a multi-kill or anything, but, you know, it just goes to show you that I'm getting there with button remapping and being able to jump with the left bumper while shooting and aiming and whatnot. It feels awesome to do it, and it just works so well against so many players until you hit, like, X rank. Yay, albator! I haven't played on this stage in a while, I think. I think it's been like 2 weeks. It's pretty interesting, but it favors long range, and they've got long range for days. Now, what I'm curious, yeah, how will this behave against a Clash Blaster? Because I'm thinking the optimal strategy of killing a Clash Blaster with a short-range shooter is to body it, which... This is all well and good at bodying, but its mobility is questionable. Like, its swim speed is fine, and I find myself jumping into frays to where I keep my momentum from swimming. But the strafe speed is slow, and I will always say that whenever I use a 52 gal. Is just... It's not an end zap when it comes to strafe speed. Heck, there's not even a Splattershot when it comes to strafe speed, and... Yeah, NZAP was not a fair comparison. NZAP is just ultra-high mobility. You're light, you're quick. You outstrafe everything. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Alright, so... I'm beginning to think that rollers, you absolutely have to have no restraint. Right, you must land the first one-shot flick, because the time between flicks is just straight up too long. Let's see, where did he go? He's not dead. Why aren't you dead? And we're losing coverage on mid. Okay, I'm gonna head this way. Hopefully not to my death. Oh boy. Right, splash wall. Although that blaster can pretty much just ignore it. Goodness. I want to analyze that frame by frame. Just because Just because I know that there's like the whole 190, 200 millisecond human response time, I guess, in terms of reflexes. But for the good portion of that, it did not look like that player was aiming at me. Aimed off to the left, it seemed, after that jump. Then again, this game's online is weird, so effectively what the game is seeing in terms of its netcode is running at 15 frames per second. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm alive. We're good. Alright, both of their backlines are stuck on mid. And I have kill power and painting ability. So I'm just going to ignore you. I can't. You're over here already. Let's just pop down here, right? Hang on. I need to... Again, something I need to analyze, because that's only a 2-shot if you store 2 direct hits. And for that first hit, I'm not sure if I was fully exposed or not. Oh, goodness. What? Excuse me. But I don't think you're able to act out a splashdown that quickly. I just don't think that's possible. And that was a win? They didn't cover all their spawn in that corner, and the rest of the stage is just a hodgepodge. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use this as a secondary when I'm bored. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I am ANVECOM, and I will see you next time.